Alright, I'm at Home Depot. Just got the new cabinets loaded up. And yes, I know the trailer angle is wrong. You don't need to tell me. I need to get a drop hitch. It's what I've got for now. It pulls okay. Sways a little bit. I don't know if the truck can handle this. It's almost overloaded. Look at that. $2,600 worth of cabinets. Well, actually, it's about $1,700 worth. The rest are being delivered later. So, all right, let's take them home. All right, here's the progress made so far. May not look like it, but we're getting there already. Yeah, I know that paint looks jacked up. I get it. I'm hanging these cabinets right now. Got the skinny cabinet going up next. Somehow I managed to get this sucker plumb and level on the first try, so I'm happy about that. Now right here used to be a door that led into the bedroom. I drywalled over that. I didn't record it because it wasn't that interesting, but made some framing, got rid of the door. And the way this is going to be set up is the refrigerator will be right there, stove will be where it is, sink will be where it is, and right here there will be a little kind of island that sticks out to about kind of close to the edge of that cabinet. You walk through here and this will be the layout of the kitchen. Have a corner cabinet and a few others on the way, but most of them are jammed in the house and stuff is everywhere, so that's fine. But I'm going to keep working on this and see what I can get done today. Alright, first set of cabinets are hung. I had to shim them, especially right here. Got a pretty big gap. It's because the wall isn't square right here. This was redone at some point because this was not originally open. It had a wall, so they kind of chewed on this and screwed it up. So I shimmed it out, got it very close to level. It's not exactly perfect, but it's good enough for me. Now I am going to have to put trim at the top. That's what I expected, because of course the wall is not square, but still it's looking pretty good. The other cabinets should be here soon, so I'll show you those when they get here. Here's a countertop I'm using. It's called Hevea. Hevea? I think that's how you say it. I don't know. H-E-V-E-A, however you say that. Looks pretty good. I've got to do this coating, and I'll record a video of me doing that. I might do it as a separate video, but probably end up using water locks. I've heard good things about it, so anyway. Looks pretty good. It's kind of a light color, which is okay. I'd rather it be darker, but I don't know if I'm going to stain it. I may just leave it the way it is. I'm going to take these heavy mofos in the house, and we'll put them in pretty soon. Alright, progress update. All the lower cabinets are in place. I picked up the order. I got the corner cabinets. The smaller uppers are in place. All the larger upper cabinets are mounted, except for this one. And the reason for that is I'm thinking about making a facade that brings the cabinet farther out. But I haven't decided exactly how to do it yet, so we'll see. Now I still got to put in receptacles, get rid of that light switch. I'm going to put another one here, not a big deal. I attempted to put one here, having a hard time pulling the Romex up to the box because this is an exterior wall. I'm also going to put one behind where this cutting board thing is. But it's taking shape, looking pretty good. I'll keep you updated on it. Alright, so I've gotten the microwave hung. I got it a little low, but I think it'll live. If I change my mind, which I might, I have to buy a shorter cabinet. This is a 30-inch. I thought I'd have enough clearance, but I mean I do, but it's within specs of this manufacturer. I think it's 14 inches, but it just seems a little low to me. So I'll think about that. I just got done cutting this first countertop. It's looking pretty good. I've got enough wiggle room to put about 1/8 of an inch gap around it. That's what I'm going to do. This wall is slightly crooked, so this corner of the wall is farther this way than this corner of the wall. So I'm dealing with that, but I think I'll just leave an 1/8 inch gap and put trim around it and it'll look fine. Now I've got to cut this little sliver. This will be kind of tough, and I've got to join it to this. I've ordered the I can't remember the name of them, but the bolts. You cut a slot in it with a router and you put the bolts in there, and they have a little flat plate of metal. So I'll join those together, make this one countertop. And I have purchased a new stain Here's the color it'll be. Pretty close. It'll probably be more close to this though, a little lighter maybe. I'm just testing this piece out. This is called Dark Cherry. It's made by Renovation. And what I'm going to do on the first coat is I'm going to mix it with the water locks. I'm going to see how it turns out. I'm going to do the bottom of this countertop first, then I'll do the top after. So I'm going to test it out on the bottom. If I like it, then I'll do the top. But my plan is I'm going to do the bottom of all these counters, and then after those are completely done, I'm going to put them in place. And then I'm only going to have to do the parts that are accessible to me. So I'll have to finish this top and the front edge and the visible edges, but all the non-visible edges will be finished before, just to make it a little easier. Alright, so here's the final product. I didn't record all of this. I know I should have recorded more, but last video clip I showed was me cutting the sink out. So I wanted to explain how I did the countertops. These were done with I used dark cherry like I showed in the video. I did one coat of that, and then I did 2 coats of something called dark walnut, or yeah, I think it was dark walnut was what it's called, in the same brand. And it turned out really nice. It has kind of a red look to it. The problem I had with that dark cherry is it looked very purple after I put it on a larger test piece. I really saw the purple in it, and I didn't care for that. So I wanted more of a red, kind of redwood sort of look, darker wood, and I'm really happy with this. I used water locks. I did, what was it, 3 coats? I believe it was 3 coats of the sealer and 2 coats of finisher. And it turned out really nice. I do have to get this paint off of here, and there's a little spot here I missed. I need to cut this off and redo the finish over here. But that's no big deal. I can do that later. But I'm really happy with it. It turned out extremely nice, and it was very inexpensive, around $600, including the coatings. So it's very inexpensive, and it looks fantastic. Of course, you can't set a pot on it or anything like that, but I don't care. So the most recent thing I did in the last step was this tile backsplash. So I bought these tiles, cost about $500 for the tile and the materials. And I bought all of it at Lowe's, and it turned out really nice. It's a nice kind of gray color. You can see, looks really good. I'm really happy with it. Use white grout. This one has this gap is a little different because I was kind of testing how I wanted to do it. I want a little fatter gap, so I put a little thicker of a spacer here, and it turned out more like I was wanting. I wanted the grout to kind of stand out here, look kind of like a brick wall, sort of. So I'm really happy with that. I did end up cutting this cabinet down, as you can see. Microwave's at a more reasonable height. It's the same, or actually a little higher than the rest of them. Another thing I want to mention is the sink. This was a Glacier Bay, I think was the brand name. I got it from Home Depot. I'm really happy with it. Overall, it has these cool accessories, which I do use, by the way. They aren't totally useless, like some people said they would be in the reviews for the sink. Main problem I have with this sink, and it's not a huge problem, is that the sink has a very slight drain or slope to it. So it'll kind of tend to leave solids lingering behind in the corners and stuff. I'm not such a big fan of that. It should have a little more slope to it. I know what they're going for. This is more like a countertop in your sink. I get the idea there, but I would like a little more slope. This faucet, I think it was a Delta faucet. I can't even remember. Let me look at the shower valve. Yes, it's a Delta faucet. I got a spare one down there for the thing if it messes up. This was originally supposed to be like $320 or something. I got it on sale because the box was damaged for $160. So I'm very happy with this thing. It works really well. It's got regular mode, wide mode, or whatever that is, and spot shield. So it works great. I have an auto soap dispenser, which I really like. I put these racks to hang pots. They work really, really well. These were very cheap on Amazon. I just got cheap stuff. Put a little rag hanging thing. Now in here, I've got to tidy these wires up a little bit better. I kind of took some of the shelves from the old crappy cabinets I had and put them in here. So this is like a dish rack area. It's turned out really nice. I put a shelf above here, which again, I got to tidy the wires up. A few more small things I got to do, but I'm still calling it done. The under cabinet lights I used were made by GE. They were only about $15 a piece. They sold them at Lowe's, Home Depot, Amazon. They sell them about everywhere. So I got a few extras in case one messes up. But I mean, I'm really happy with this kitchen. I'm really proud of this. It was a lot of work, and I made some mistakes, but I'm pretty happy overall with it. Oh, another thing I want to show you. These lights were originally supposed to be wall-mounted vertically. I just took them, or it came with a 2-pack, so I took them and I actually just bolted them together and hung them with jack chain. Put a little whip here for the cord. You can turn it off and on here. I may put a timer on it, though. Put it in here somewhere. Again, got to tidy the cords up. That way I can have this come on like a night light. And I'll probably put LED bulbs in it eventually, but, you know. Right now I got electric heat in the house, so it actually just helps heat the house, so it's fine. It's no cheaper than running the ceiling heaters. So, I think that's about all I wanted to show. There's one more thing I just saw out of the corner of my eye. This little cubby, I got to make a door for it because there's actually some usable storage space under there. Need to make a door and put a little hinge stuff on it. Simple stuff. I'll do that later off camera. But I'm really happy with how it turned out. I think it looks really nice. It's a huge improvement on what was here before. I'll put a comparison of the old kitchen and the new kitchen somewhere in the video. But yeah, I'm really, really happy with it. So anyway, I think next step I'm going to do is, for the house, is I'm going to put central air in. So that'll be where one of the registers goes, is right in front of that cabinet probably, or we'll see. I haven't decided where. I got to look at where the floor joists are. But I'm going to do central air in the house, and then I'm going to redo the bathroom, and I'm going to try to film more of the bathroom renovation than I did of this. But anyway, I'm really happy with it. If you have any questions or want to know how much something costs, just let me know. Anyway, I appreciate you watching. See you in the next video. Thanks.